Alright. Are we colonizing? Yes, we are colonizing. As is our overlord. Yes! They're helping us colonize the Hudson Bay. That's great. Alrighty. So what is this war currently? English reconquest of Co. Okay, so we might not actually see any New World land change hands, which is good because we want to conquer the Iroquois ourselves. Also, who are the Huron allied with? The Assiniboine, the Illinois, and the Cree. So we could probably take them on. Especially because that could potentially pull the Cree in without pulling our mother country in, which would be nice. But we'll wait for these cores to finish first. Go for probably another 15 minutes here. Today's edition. And we were out of debt. Look at that. We're actually so out of debt that we could start hiring advisors. And there's a revolt, and it's done. Mir's curtailed in Morocco. We're going to get metallurgy, which is going to increase our production efficiency. I believe manufactories is the next institution, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So we're going to need to make sure that we have plenty of manufactories. So Upper Canada... Yeah, we need to take a couple provinces off of the Huron. So they're allied with these guys and these guys. It should be a pretty winnable war. Our next military purchase should be some cannons. I'll actually build them directly onto this army. And then one more unit of infantry when we have the money. And we can see about building up our navy. We're already doing so much better than we were as Scotland. It's kind of funny, a little bit. Why do we have an odd number? Oh, because we have an odd force limit, that's why. 12 units of transport should be enough. Why the hell not? Let's build another galleon. We've got the money. Let's have a navy to be afraid of. I will take that money. I will spend it on a big, big-ass boat. And we've lost all our innovativeness. That's okay. We are roughly keeping up in tech. Iroquois, take your province back so we can declare war on you and take it instead. $153 to upgrade these ships. Almost there. New trade good, awesome, more fur. Lost our conquest CB against the Cree. Oh, we should be building a spy network, shouldn't we? Against the Huron. Unless we already have a CB, which we don't. And let's see. England still has a truce with us, right? Yeah, until 1623. Yeah, I don't know at this point. Portugal. Let's make sure Portugal continues to like us. That can only benefit us if Portugal likes us. So these guys were going to rise up where? Let's just put our whole army there for now. There we go. Don't let the French have that. Nice. Alright. Truce with England is expired. Truce with the English West Indies is expired. Didn't they, where else are we building an infantry right now? Where's the rest of our army? Doesn't look like we're building any troops. Oh, hey, we have a free merchant. Yeah, we're gonna direct trade from the Hudson Bay. Let's see what that does. Let's see what that does, you guys. Probably not a lot yet. Würzburg. The Holy Roman Empire is such a freaking nut house right now. It's like all these, the electors are Brandenburg and Saxony, and then Würzburg, Bohemia, Lorraine, and Hesse. I guess it's not that weird. Like Lorraine and Würzburg are the two that you like never see become electors. And yeah, Protestantism definitely won in Central Europe. Decisively won in Central Europe. Denmark is occupied by Danish noble rebels. Can you guys rise up so that we don't have to worry about you when we go to fight other wars? Bringing in marriageable women. Fantastic. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How are we suddenly at war? Whoa. Scottish conquest of Huron. When did that happen? Was that going on and we just now got called into it? I am very confused. Alright, there's the revolt. Let's go crush it. And then we'll go deal with this other shit. Gotta hold on. Hold on. Alright, so our colonial garrison force was utterly crushed, pretty much. They only lost 919 men, and we lost like twice that many. Domestic wool industry. Wool will now be produced in Adirondack. Currently, Adirondack is producing fur, which I believe is more valuable than wool. Oh, we would gain a textile manufactory, though. That's the real benefit of that. Well, we're producing a shitload of fur. Let's see what the price of wool is. Yeah, well, it's worth it for the free manufactory. And RP-wise, that would actually make a lot of sense that we would want to have domestic wool trade. Okay. Well, the Royal Army has gotten us into some shit, you guys. We're going to have to deal with this, which we're fully capable of doing. This is a great argument against the Crown, that they get us into surprise wars with the natives that we were not prepared to fight. England is at war with who? France, Ferrara, and Florida? Sure. We've gained a core. Go ahead and convert it to the true faith. Catch them. Catch them. Yes! And their allies are going to come, so we'll get to rout 2 armies in one battle. Three armies in one battle. Nice. And I think all of this land will go to us anyway. Yeah, any land we take in this war will automatically become ours, whether we occupy it or not, so... Not too worried about that. Okay, I think we can afford to split our army in half. Which we will need to do, probably, to make the most of this situation. Let's see, let's say... Let's ignore them. We'll gain prestige from battles. This is going to be a little close for comfort, but we are going to win that. Okay. And we are going to lose some manpower. We may have totemist zealots rise up. Call our diplomat from Portugal. We can't fabricate claims on them while we're at war, but it'll at least help us with sieges. Get all of our land back under control. Gonna do this very strategically. So yeah, we're at war with the Cree, the Huron, and the Cinnabon. Cinnaboine, I never pronounced that one correctly. And the Ilinawek. See what I mean by strategery here? We're doing like a staggered thing to make sure we capture the most provinces in the smallest amount of time. Oh, hey, look who showed up. It's a single Royal Cavalry regiment. Banned tobacco planting. When we first arrived here, the prices of tobacco were soaring and the profits were immense. Now, as more farmers arrive and start their own plantations, the supply of tobacco has quickly risen and caused prices in Europe to drop year after year. A proposal has been made by established planters to ban the planting of tobacco for 1 year, so prices have time to recover. New farmers are obviously opposing this proposal, but we must do what we must do to protect our livelihoods. So we can lose 10 admin power and gain a base tax. I actually think that's worth it. Let's engage in some blatant Keynesian economics here. Alright. So they're probably going to fuck up the colony in Ontario. At least they didn't destroy it. We're going to get the Cree out of the war. Awesome! Esprit de corps! Our armies are very professional compared to those of the Crown. Which should make them afraid. It should make them very afraid. Okay, siege is over. We're going to go make sure these guys don't get any funny ideas. We're not taking any national ideas at the moment because... Yes! Okay. We got that province. We're going to make it a core. Look at our nice borders. We're going to have such nice borders, you guys. That's all every real true EU4 player ever wants, is nice borders. That statement was an example of the no true Scotsman fallacy, or really a corollary to the no true Scotsman fallacy, which is appropriate because we're playing as a Scottish country. Man. Like, it's historically accurate that we can't pin down these native armies, but it definitely gets annoying. Alright. They cannot escape now. We have pinned them down. Yes, thank you. Alright, England is now supporting our independence. They're also really cramping our style, though. Let's go take Toronto. Do I have a transport here that's not mothballed? Oh, I have a galleon there that's not mothballed. Military leader has left us. Oh, man. He was a cool dude. Walter Ruthven will be our new commander of our armed forces. We actually have a very large colonial nation considering how early it still is. We're still in the early 1600s. If you think about it in terms of real world, like the American Revolution didn't happen until 1776, which is almost the end of the game in EU4. Catch these guys. Send them packing. And these guys are already on a collision course because they were on their way to help their allies. And we are ready for them. Kind of, maybe, if we don't roll poorly. Okay, we won. Just barely. Alright. Are we at war with England? We don't want to be at war with England. That's not good. Well, it looks like they're gonna fuck up. Yeah, they're trying to conquer air. Yeah. That's alright. I mean, ultimately in the long run, we don't want to be fighting England, but it's also good that they're weakening the Scottish crown. Alright. Can now build universities. Everybody's home, right? Okay, all of our navies are home, so we're not in danger of losing any of our navies. I'm going to try to go separate piece the Illinois first. Actually, we should leave half our army here, unless it seems like the English are coming. We're going to allow attachment. We're going to send the other half down to Winnebago. Unless these guys freaking march across Michigan to freaking mess up our shit. Well, let's see where they're gonna land. No idea where they're headed at this point. English West Indies has taken one of our provinces. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with that for sure. I can see this becoming tiresome. Death of a merchant. Skill 1 theologian. No, we'd rather have the money. English West Indies is occupying more of our shit. Okay, Scottish conquest of Huron. Assiniboine accepted peace. Alright. So we're going to march. Siege of Winnebago is over. Alright. So they're not really going to have much of a leg to stand on. Let's go stop the English from taking our shit. Make this a core. Establish Sunday schools. Provide education in religious and moral matters for children of the poor by establishing Sunday schools. I like it. I said 15 minutes, but then we got dragged into another war by the crown, so... At least this little division up here is now destroying... English power, or English colonies in the Hudson Bay. God damn. Alright, we're going to muster at Ontario. We're also going to build an extra infantry onto this army. Cool, the Illinois have to pay for war reparations and all that good stuff. We fully occupied the Huron, so... Military access from the Sioux? No. Blackfoot? No. There we go! They took all of it. Which is going to greatly increase our revolt risk and force us to spend a lot of admin power on coring, but okay. Alright, let's see. We don't suffer any terrain penalty for fighting here, I don't think. This could be bad. If we lose this, this could be very bad. Gained the cannoneer trait. Alright, we're going to say fuck it, and we're going to hire mercenaries out the wazoo. Even if we have to like go up to double our force limit. One. Oh, that's not what I wanted. 2. I will not accept the loss of a single province to the English. As I've often said, a big part of the reason that I recommend Crusader Kings 2 as a starter game over EU4, even though it's more complicated, is the simple fact that it is not fun to lose in EU4, and it can be fun to lose in CK2. Separatists have risen up. It's in a province that the English already controlled, though, so it's not that big of a deal. Come on, get these fresh mercs in there. Wow, we still lost. That's depressing. Alright, well. We are going to group these mercs up. Gain 10 years of separatism. We'll basically go into as much debt as we need to ensure that we do not lose any provinces in this war. Nothing ruins my day like losing a bunch of provinces. And yeah, we'll roll another general. Nope, he's bad. And we have a revolt. It's also in a province that the English already control, so we're not going to worry too much about it. Walter Ruthven's going to teleport. Thankfully, our flourishing economy will allow us to pay back pretty much any debt that we incur from this fairly quickly, I would think. Actually, take this back first. Alright, hopefully their garrison hasn't had time to grow in Maliseet. So we're just going to assault. And then you guys can have our less good general when we need it. Or when he becomes available. Okay, who wants access? Florida. Yes. France. Yes. Tobacco has saved us. Swear to God, if the crown gives up one damn province of ours, I'm gonna be super pissed. All right. Alright, see Lothian, Ayrshire, Aberdeen, Eyre Hebrides, Ulster, Midlands, Tyrone, Kildare, and Kesagami to England. Where is Kesagami? Okay, so just... that's it. Okay, that's acceptable. That is fully acceptable. We'll go ahead and keep the mercs on payroll until we deal with these revolts. And then we will disband them. So Scotland is now not much. The revolution should be fairly painless at this point. All right. So we didn't actually lose any land there. And is that our colony in Ontario? No, we actually don't have an active colonist right now. So we will return him to where he was working. All right. Detach mercenaries. These are all mercenaries. Thank you, mercenaries. Thank you for your assistance. Florida is occupied by the Arapaho, but Arapaho is completely occupied by France, so we have a base trade going on. We will detach these mercenaries, which leaves us with 1 spot left in our force limit, 14 and 8. So, yeah, we need more infantry. Oh, except we don't have enough manpower. Need to wait for our manpower to recover. Meanwhile, Powhatan separatists are soon to rise up in province I'm not going to try to... Well, there they are. I'll retake this province real quick and hopefully get up there in time to stop them from taking another province. So that was kind of a dicey chapter in our history. 12,000 manpower in debt. Oh yeah, we don't need an agent in Huron anymore. Does Huron even exist? Yes, they have 1 province. And our core constructions are continuing apace, and our technology is soon to not be too far behind. Okay. I think we have reached a point where we can just go start drilling our armies in Massachusetts and wait for our manpower to trickle back in, while in the meantime spreading the true faith. And our colonies become self-sustaining. Let's drill our armies, and let's see. Do we want to secure this Côte Nord, or do we want? Yeah, we'll let England deal with James Bay, and then we'll work on the Côte Nord. And we're gonna take some troops and send them up here. Just cement our absolute control of this trade node, because all the trade from up here has to come through here. Pirates have struck some of our shipping. They tortured, then brutally murdered male passengers, and as for the female passengers, the tales told shock all civilized men. One of the female passengers was the daughter of an important noble, and he's crying out for vengeance. There are heavy implications that these pirates are under someone's protection. So we would lose 10 trade power in the Gulf of St. Lawrence for 5 years and 75 diplo power. I think it's worth hunting them down. That'll hurt our economy, but we're rich, so we're like rich as shit. Oh, let's go back to speed 5. Okay. So we've got our colony going. We've got... Everything's looking pretty good. We can repay a loan. We have 2 loans left. Inflation continues to fall. So, not too bad. We have conquered quite a bit of land. And, yeah, now it's just a matter of... Let's see. I'm going to make sure England still likes us, even though they probably want a bunch of our provinces. I'm going to make sure Denmark still likes us. And I think that is going to do it for today. Be sure to check out Loresworn.com. That's our website. We are at Loresworn Order on Twitter. I am at ASATJ. That is ASATJ. And I'm having fun with this. I know some of you said you didn't want to see a colonial game, but I hope you guys are, at least a significant portion of you are enjoying this. We'll be back with more of the continuing tale of the united colonies of Alba Nua, and one day to most likely become the Canadian nation which again I've done a little bit of tweaking with that decision to make it a little more flavor appropriate. And we'll see you guys next time.